Hey everyone, it's 10 Types, and now that Scarlet and Violet is almost done, I should probably wait till it's actually done, but we know essentially all the cards from it, and so I want to rank all the Gen 9 Pokemon based on how good they've been in the TCG. I'm not counting previous evolutions outside the ones that are. I was going to include Watchful. I'll just include the previous evolutions with the final evolution. I think that makes things simpler. Most of them are obviously pretty bad, slash only there for the final evolution. And then the final evolutions are the ones that get like the best cards, like the EXs and stuff like that. I know Sprigatito has an EX that's pretty bad. I don't remember what it does, but I know it exists, and I think it's playable in standard, like technically playable. I don't think it's just some like weird promo that you can't play, but anyways, there's a bunch of Pokemon to get through, so let's hop right in. A lot of these are pretty bad though, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. First, starting with Meowscarada. Meowscarada is a pretty interesting Pokemon. Obviously, one of the starters here, and it's a Pokemon that doesn't have too many great cards or cards in general. I'm going to put it in C tier. The EX is okay. I think I made this video a while ago as well. We've gotten a bunch of new cards since then, and my opinions have changed, but I think I'll put it in C tier. There, I'm sure, are worse. It's actually pretty, like, Meowscarada EX just isn't very good, but there are definitely worse cards as well. Then we have Skeledirge. Skeledirge is a Pokemon that's had two EXs in two different times, one being a Terra, so that's kind of fun. But anyways, these cards are not super good either. I'll put them right next to Meowscarada. I don't think I'm going to order the tiers here, except for maybe the top tier. But yeah, I'll just pop them there. I'll like loosely order them, but don't worry about that too much. Then we have Quaquaval. Quaquaval has some really interesting cards. It has three. It has an EX, which is kind of fun. I think I might have made a video on it where I just play one energy. It's really interesting, but kind of bad. Then there's the two single prizers, the one that accelerates energy, which isn't super good, and then you have the one that draws, which I think is okay. It's not amazing, but it's usable, I guess. And so I'm going to put it in B tier. Seems kind of high for a Pokemon that's not super, like not really good. I'll put it in C tier with the other starters. It's not super impressive. I think these are kind of good. Like they have potential to be good, but they're also stage twos. Stage two engines generally like aren't very good. And the attackers are like pretty bad compared to Skeledirge and Meowscarada. I think you could put these in any order though. Next we have Oinkologne. Oinkologne is a Pokemon that has a few different cards. I don't know if I played with any of them, to be honest. There's like a control one, which is kind of usable, and there's an EX. This one was played some. I promise was played. It wasn't played that much, but it was one of the first EXs of this era, so people tried it out. And it wasn't the worst, but also not super good. I'm actually going to say, despite the fact that I think it might have been a top, I think it was top 20 deck, not like quite top 10. Actually, I can just look, right? Let me look. So it was played like in Play Limitless tournaments when the set dropped, and it was somewhere around here. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, it was 23. So outside the top 20, I'll put it in D tier. I think it's weaker than these other EXs. Maybe a little better than Quaquaval EX, but that is the solid engine piece, and the other ones are all pretty bad. Next we have Spidops. Spidops, of course, has Spidops EX. It also does have a card that's not out yet. Hopefully I remember all of those. And this is being recorded on the 8th of April, so if a new card gets released after that, then that's why it's not on here, or I forgot it. There's a chance that happened. But Spidops is getting the new Team Rocket Spidops. It's not like super good though, but it's not terrible either. Spidops X is really funny and like a meme card. I'll put this in C tier as well. A lot of Pokemon again ended up here, but I think this is fair. Then we got Lokix. Lokix, in my opinion, is pretty cool. In the TCG. Oh, it's got two really bad cards. I didn't really remember those existed, but it's got two which have like some utility, though they're not super good. It's honestly pretty bad. This might be F tier. Yeah, I'll put in F tier. It's not really playable much at all. Kind of fun for like weird formats, but not very good. Palmont is a little interesting. It has a few. It has one that like accelerates to itself, and when there's another generic attacker. Not too much to say about this card, though. I think this one's also going to go in F tier. I've never seen anyone play this. Then we got Mousehold. Mousehold is a bit interesting. You have a bunch that, like, you want a bunch of Mouseholds in play, and then you can do, I was going to say good damage, like okay damage is kind of expensive, but it's interesting. You can kind of stack them. They're really weird and really weak as well. That's kind of bad. I mean, this is a stage 1 with 60 HP. That's really horrible. But they're interesting. There's something going on, so I guess I'll put them in D tier. Next we have Arboliva. Arboliva has two cards that both heal. This one isn't great, but on play, I mean, it heals all the energy from one of your Pokemon, which is like okay. I think this card's usable. I don't know if I've seen anyone use it, but I think it's on par with like the C tier Pokemon. It's just not that bad. Then you have Dashbun. Dashbun has how do I spell this? Okay, there we go. It has two cards. It has this one, which is immune to damage from fire Pokemon. A pretty interesting wall, but not super good. Fire is pretty terrible, and it also can't get burned. But this one heals, again, like Arboliva. You do discard the energy, but it is a stage 1, which is nice. I haven't seen this card played, but I think, same stuff that I said about Arboliva, I think applies here. It's not the worst card. Then we have Squawkabilly. Squawkabilly has, I don't remember how many cards. Agreed, it has 3. But obviously the best one is the EX. This card's are really good. You can make an argument it's the best card in the game. I think that I would definitely disagree, but it's really good. I'm going to put in A tier. It's just one card, and it's like good, but there are better. We'll get to, but it's still very good. Then you have Garganackle. Garganackle has a bunch of cards. They're all pretty fun, and they like interact with like healing slash like protection and stuff. So that's like all right. They're not super good, but they're okay. I've definitely seen some Garganackle. I think it's a really fun Pokemon, specifically this one, which accelerates and heals. I've seen it's played in Mamoswine. It's, I think, the better way to play Mamoswine. You can play it with Garganackle, or you could play it with Blaziken EX. They're very similar. But Garganackle, we don't need to get into the differences, sorry. But Garganackle it's okay. I'll put it in B tier again, and nothing super spectacular here. Then we have Armarouge. Armarouge has had a bunch of Pokemon. It's had, 5 apparently. And obviously the main one's the one that moves energy, and there's also the one, and this is their entire time in standard so far. Slash how good I think they are, like in general. But Magma Base and rotated, but I'm still counting that here. And so Armarouge EX was decent as well. A pretty fun deck, the fire deck with Armarouge. I'm gonna put it in. I almost want to put it in A tier. It's probably not that good. But I think it's decent. I'll put it in A tier. I think the single prize Armarouge is a really, really solid card. And it's got an EX, which is decent as well. Can I really put it there? No, I'll put it in B tier. It's good, but it's not quite that good. I can't get too biased here. Cerealage is up next. If we did this, I think last time Cerealage was like really low. Oh, there's a bunch of other cards. So Cerealage, though, the good one obviously is the one that's the Cerealage EX, which can do really good damage for just 1 energy. It's one of the best Terra Pokemon or Stellar Pokemon in the game, and so that's really solid. It's not like the best deck. It's like a fringe top 10 deck or something, but it's certainly good. I'll put it in the same tier as Armarouge. I'll put it above it, I guess. It's not a broken card, but it's a pretty good card. Then we have Bellibolt. Bellibolt, of course, has the new Iono's Bellibolt EX, which is kind of bad. The rest are all really terrible. This Pokemon, I think Iono's Bellibolt will put it into C tier. It's gotten a lot of cards. They've all been pretty bad. I believe Uncommon Fossil and I, when we did our worst Pokemon EX, or Pokemon in the TCG, we had Iono's, or we had Bellibolt. And I don't think it was the worst, but it might have been. It was pretty bad. And so it'll get bumped up to C tier, though. Then you have Kilowattrel, which includes Wattrel. This will just show me Wattrel. So Kilowattrel has, there's the Iono's Kilowattrel, which is also interesting. I think this is decent, notably just because the Wattrel mostly with the United Wings, which is decent, a little underrated, I guess. Maybe, I don't know, it's like a fan favorite deck, so I don't know if it's actually underrated, but it's not great either. But that's a solid Pokemon. The United Thunder Kilowattrel isn't really played. It's pretty niche, but United Wings has been played a bunch, and it's a decent deck, so and obviously the Wattrel's a really important part of it. It's something you have to play with United Wings, and so I'll put it in his B tier. B tier seems really high though. No, I'll put it in B tier. That's all right. Then we have I have Pokemon that's not supposed to be here. We got Mabostiff. Mabostiff has there's the new Arven's Mabostiff EX. That one's like not super good. None of them are particularly good, but it's not like terrible either. Though again, nothing that I'd really look to play. I guess the Arven's Mabostiff EX though is decent. It's probably on a similar level to Iono's Bellibolt, so I'll put it in C tier here. Then we have Grafaià. Grafaià is actually really interesting. and it's because it has the one which can do, it's kind of like Goldango, and it's sometimes played there, and I've seen it a little bit, so that's kind of interesting. It's like a worse Goldango EX, but Goldango EX is really good, but it's not amazing. I'll just put it in C tier. Goldango is pretty amazing, but Grafaiai is definitely not. I'll put it in C tier though. Actually, have Bramblegast. Bramblegast has a bunch of cards, or no, it has a few cards, notably this one. Oh no, sorry, it just has two cards. That's this one, which can get a bunch of HP. It's pretty underrated in my opinion, though not super good. But it can do a bunch of damage. But it's coin flips. It's a really interesting Pokemon. Not the strongest, but it's all right. I think it's underrated, and I'll put it yet again in C tier. Next we have Toadschool. Toadschool has a bunch of cards. Um, Oh, there's the Arvins. What's the Arvins Toadschool? I didn't. Oh, this one. Yeah, that's just very generic. So, it's got a few different cards, and they have been okay. Notably, there's the one that's the counter one to Pokestop and some other stuff, but it's a decent card, and it's a pretty good card. Then there's a Toadschool EX protecting your Pokemon. From effective attacks, though, it's not great. But this Toadschool is pretty good, like pretty strong at times. It's been played mostly in Dragapult Iron Thorns, which like fine, I guess. But yeah, Toadschool is okay. I'll put it. Let's go in C tier again. I don't think I kind of want to put it in B tier, but it's not that good. I'll put it in C tier. Then we have Cloth. Cloth has had a few cards. It's had the EX that is okay. It's been played some. I thought it was pretty bad when I played it, so I didn't really like it, but it's been played a little. But then the Cloth, of course, with Unhinged Scissors, which if it's affected by a special condition, aka poison, right? It could be burn early on, I think. It was that deck. That was legal together, right? Yeah, I think so. With Spicy Season Curry, but that wasn't that long. But anyways, Cloth was really good with the Cloth Shrapghost, which was probably a top 5 deck in the game, and it was pretty solid. Cloth is like still okay, I guess, but it's not great. It's struggling quite a. Is it okay? I don't know. It's pretty difficult to play right now, but it's okay. I want to put in B tier. Yeah, I'll put in B tier. I think it's definitely better than the ones in C tier generally. I should probably move some of these down, but it feels okay. Then we have Scovillain. Scovillain's had some interesting Pokemon that kind of interact with types in weird ways, which is cool enough. None of them have been really strong, but they've been okay. It's C tier, right? You know where it's going. Then Rabsca. Rabsca has notably one Rabsca that's really good, which is like it's a bench barrier that also stops effective attacks, but of course it's a stage 1. This card has been played some. It's decent. It has only been good for I think it's only kind of good now, but it's not even that good. But it's a decent card. I guess it's going in C tier with all the rest of these. Then we have a Spathra. Spathra has had, I think, just one good card. Yeah, I mean, there've been like this one's like playable, and I've seen it, but the good one is a Spathra EX. But that's a pretty good card. But it's not like the tier of these. I guess it's going in C tier yet again. Then we have Tinkaton. Tinkaton has the EX and the single prizer, which draws cards, and so those kind of go together, but they're not amazing. The single prizer that draws cards is decent, I guess, at times, but certainly not a standout deck. I'll put it in C tier again. Yeah, not super good here. We got Wugtrio. Wugtrio is really interesting because it's got this one is like Snipes though. I haven't really seen it played and it's kind of bad. But then you have the Mill one, which is really funny. Unfortunately, these are all kind of bad. I think the Snipe one it has potential, but again, I've like never really seen anyone play it, so I can't really put it on here, and I haven't played it myself either. The Mill one I have seen people play. I don't think I've ever seen anyone win with it unless I've been like playing something weird and I just like didn't draw anything all game. But yeah, it's gonna go. Is it really worse than all these other Pokemon? It's not, is it? I guess it goes and it sneaks its way into C tier. We got Bombardier. How do I spell this? Bombardier has had a few cards. I guess the EX has been playable, but I haven't I've seen it some. There's a time when it was kind of popular. It does a few things, but it's certainly not that good. And then the rest are pretty bad. I've played them in random battles, but they're not good. So this is going to go in D tier. It's pretty unplayable. Bombardier EX is playable and has some interesting utility. Turn 1 going first attack that can set up your bench. It's actually pretty interesting, but it's also just not very good, right? So I'll just put it in D tier. And then we have Palafin. Palafin is really interesting. I'd say pretty infamous for breaking live, but yeah, all three have been, or no, all There's like 4/3, right? These are kind of like the same card. But you have the Palafins, the two single price attackers, which are really text within Palafin EX. Palafin EX is a really interesting Pokemon. I think it's a little underrated. Obviously, the live stuff did hurt it as well. I mean, people just don't really talk about this card, but it's a decent card. And the single prices are also decent. I'm going to put it in B tier. I think it's decent. I don't think it's super strong, but Palafiniax is good. And then yeah, no, I'd say it's good. It works pretty decently smoothly with like Pack Grunt. So yeah, it's a decent card. Then we have Revavroom. Revavroom is interesting because it has it has like some EXs which are okay, some that are just okay in general. But the Revavroom, which is your draw engine, it's really interesting. I thought it was like, well, no, I still think it's pretty bad. But people have been playing it, especially post rotation. It's been being played a lot. So I don't know if I can really put it just in C tier with all the others, but I don't like it, so I'll put it there. Then we got Cyclizar. Cyclizar has had a card that's good in GLC. How do I spell these Pokemon? Okay, so I also has had two EXs, including the worst like Stellar slash Terra Pokemon in the game, in my opinion. But yeah, it's pretty bad, right? I'm gonna put it in F tier, definitely one of the weakest Pokemon. Then we have Orthworm. Orthworm here has a few cards, and they're not very good. I think they're better than. No, I think they're pretty bad. I'm gonna put them in F tier. Not much to say here. Then we have the Glamora. Glamora has some. Let's see. It's got a bunch of. Oh no, that's Glimmet as well. So Glamora's had a few cards. They're like kind of disruptive and they like interact with poison and stuff. They're pretty weak, but it'll sneak into D tier. Then we have the Houndstone, which has the ones that like do more for your bench, or sorry, your discard psychic Pokemon, and the Grievard also does that. It's not very good. It's probably not. Is it F tier? No, I'll put it like it's similar to Meowscarada, so I'll put it D tier. Flamigo. Flamigo's pretty interesting because it's got I guess it's not that interesting, but it's got the United Wings one. It's obviously not as good as United Wings, but I'll put it or as just Kill Watchful. It's not really the main attacker, and its abilities it's like okay, but Flamigo will just go in C tier. I think you could argue that it should also be in B tier, but I'll just leave it here. No, I'll put it. Yeah, I like United Wings, so it'll go in B tier. Then we have Cetitan. Cetitan's getting a new card. It's not very good, but it could be worse. But there's been a few, notably this one, which has been played in Zoroark, and it was like kind of a main attacker, though it wasn't like insanely strong. But anyway, Cetitan is okay. Cetitan will go in. What tier is it going to go in? I guess C tier, right? Then we got Veluza. Veluza is definitely one of the weaker Pokemon. It's got a bunch that are all very mediocre to kind of bad. So it'll go in D tier. I think it's got some interesting things. I like this Veluza personally. I think there's just enough going on to keep it out of F tier. Then we have Dondozo. And Dondozo has a new EX which isn't out yet, but it also has a bunch of different cards, including the one that can do really solid damage if you have a bunch of Tatsugiris in your discard, which is okay. Not super strong, but it's okay. It'll go in D tier, I guess, not in F tier. Then Tatsugiri itself obviously has the really good Tatsugiri. It's a bunch of like weird ones, but it has the one that looks at the top, 6, and yes, a supporter there, which is really good. It's been played a decent amount. I mean, it's not insane, but it's like pretty solid. And so that card's going to go up pretty high. There are some other interesting ones as well, like the EX, the weird Stellar EX, and you also have this one, and you have this one. I actually like this card. I think it's pretty fun, but it's not very good. But it'll go in B tier. Yeah, I think it goes in B tier here. It's not Squawkabilly, but it's pretty good, and it's got some other pretty decent ones as well. Then we have Annihilate. Annihilate is getting a new card in the next set, which is okay. It's pretty on a pretty similar level to the rest of these, which are all okay. This one I think is pretty strong, but it's like kind of awkward to set up. And then this one is like easier to set up and less strong, but it's kind of interesting. Then there's this one which is played really as a core card within Slowking, so this is kind of interesting as well. overall, I think this is like the definition of a. Oh, I almost want to put it in B tier, but it's not super good. It's not really a competitive level card in my opinion. I almost want to put in B. No, I'll put in B tier. It's got a good variety. I think they're pretty decent, and with a new Annihilate, I think it belongs here. Then we have the Chaldean Tauroses. I think there's 6 of them. They're all bad, I think. I've seen this one played a little in Control, or I guess I've heard of it being played there. I haven't really seen it played. This one, this fire one. Oh, apparently this one played more than I thought. It's a counter to like Goldengo and kind of Archaludon, and this one is what's this? This one I don't think has been played. But anyways, there's been 2 which are okay, I guess. They're better than I thought. I don't think any of these are really good. It'll go in D tier though. I mean, I just associate the Pokemon being really bad. No, maybe I guess it deserves C tier. Then we got Paldean Clodsire, or just Clodsire, but in the TCG is Paldean Clodsire. And oh, it's got a new EX. I didn't realize that, but it's got this one's poisons. It's interesting. It's pretty bad, but I'm gonna put in D tier. I think like it's good enough to escape F tier. Personally, it's like outclassed by Brute Bonnet, so no one ever plays it, but it's okay. Then we have Farigiraf. Farigiraf of course, has the no, how do I spell? This has it's got the wonderful Rumble, but it's got the one with Armor Tail, which is a wall. It's a decent wall. I don't think it's good personally, but I know some people play it. A lot of people play it, and it's like decent in Japan and internationally. I'm gonna put it though in C tier. I just don't really respect it that much, but I think it's okay. And then we have the Dunsparce. Dunsparce has the EX, which is like cool, I guess, but it obviously has the Dunsparce engine. This is like better than Revavroom. It'll go 1 tier above it. It's gonna go in B tier. I don't think this engine's super good, but I think it's okay, and so it'll go in B tier. And it's an engine, right? Those are good. Then we have King Gambit. King Gambit has what it's got 3. Oh, this one's bad. I didn't know about this one, but the other 2 are also pretty bad. They're fun, so it'll escape F tier. It'll go D tier. Then you have Great Tusk. Great Tusk is really interesting. I think I talked about it with the worst abilities video with this one, but this one's pretty good. The Mill one, the other ones are playable. I guess Great Tusk has been played a lot in like Ancient Box as well. And then you have the one that's like the wall, which I've seen. I've honestly seen this card a lot. But anyways, I'll say Great Tusk goes in. It's gonna go in B tier. Yeah, I like that. Then we have Screamtail. Screamtail has a really bad EX. Its attack is once per game, and it supported locks their opponent just once, right? It's pretty bad, and the other attack's probably worse. But yeah, Screamtail, this one also saw play. I think it's like okay. I think it's better than Walking Wake. I've said that before, but it's not that much better than Walking Wake. But then you have Screamtail. This one played in Gardevoir, which is like one of the main attackers. It's pretty good. Gardevoir is really good, so it's been played a lot. It's not like an insane Pokemon, but I guess I'll put it in. I guess it does deserve B tier here. Then we have Brute Bonnet. Brute Bonnet has had 2 cards. Yeah. And obviously the good one is the one from Paradox Rift that, poisons. Wait, the other one also poisons, but you know which one I'm talking about. This card is kind of meta defining right now, to be honest. It's not like the best card in the game, but it's pretty good. It was good with Cloth, Terrapagos, and also played in Roaring Moonstone as well, because it has like some kind of natural synergies there. There was some anti-synergies as well, but Brute Bonnet obviously is able to poison both actives to do extra damage, just like a bunch of extra damage. So this Pokemon's pretty good. I'm going to put it in B tier. It's not insane. It's only 1 Pokemon, but it's still decent. Then we got Fluttermane. I think this will probably just go in B tier. It's like pretty disruptive and annoying, I guess, but it's not insane. It's been playing Gardevoir a lot, but definitely weaker than Screamtail. So C tier seems fine. I could see it higher though if you dug with that. Slitherwing. I think Slitherwing is pretty bad. Well, there's 2. No. Yeah, there's 2. So there's this one, which no one plays, but then there's this one, which is played in Raging Bolt. I think it's the most common tech in Raging Bolt, but I'm not sure on that one. I think it's much worse than Koraidon by like a substantial margin, though. But I know it's played, so I'll put Slitherwing in C here. I just don't really respect it that much, but I know people do play it quite a bit. Then we have Sandy Shocks. I actually think Sandy Shocks might be there's 2 Sandy Shocks, right? There's the EX and there's the Single Presser, and I think they're both actually better in Raging Bolt than the Slitherwing, though I don't think they're great, and they're played less as well. So, um, yeah, I guess I'll put. I haven't like seen this card played in a long time. Okay, people have been playing it in what is this deck? In Firebox, Raging Bolt. Okay, I don't know what this is. This looks like really cool. I guess I'm not going to be playing that deck, but maybe this deck, the new Firebox, right? This deck's really cool. But anyways, this is kind of off topic. But still, this card, the Ethan Toe EX, I want to talk about that at some point. I will in the future. But that's really cool. But anyways, this card's okay. I'm not gonna put it in B tier. I kind of want to, but I'll put it. Actually, no, I'm gonna put it in B tier. That's fine. Then we have the Iron Treads. Iron Treads has 3 cards, and 2 of them. So this is also kind of like weighted, right? So if you have a future Pokemon are generally better than normal Pokemon, and EXs are definitely generally better than normal Pokemon. These EXs though and the future Pokemon, they're really bad. This is definitely F tier, arguably the worst Pokemon in the game, or Scarlet and Violet Pokemon. Then we have Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle has it's got a bunch of cards, but obviously there's the good one with Hyper Blower, sending your points active to the bench. This card's been played a lot. It's like Squawkabilly tier, in my opinion. Is it Squawkabilly tier? No, it's not. It's Squawkabilly level of play, I think, but it's certainly less impactful. But I'll put it in B tier. It's still very good. And with Iron Hands, Iron Hands EX was really good, and then fell off. And there's a single prizer which you could play, and I have seen, but it's not very good. Then the EX is like again, it fell off. The decks it was played in, where you got Lugia, you got Miraidon, you have Lost Zone, and those have all rotated. Well, no, Miraidon hasn't rotated, but it's not really played now because it's much weaker. And then there is Future Box. Oh, and then there's Firebox. Yeah, Firebox. Let's go. But yeah, that's for later. So I think it's okay. I don't think it's A tier. I could see it in A tier, but I think right now, looking at it, it's like lost. No, no, it's done enough to prove itself to be A tier actually. Then we got Iron. What's this? Jugulus? I forgot what it was. Iron Jugulus has had not good cards. It's also gonna go in F tier. I love this Iron Jugulus. It's so cool, but it's pretty bad. So it'll go in F tier. Then we have Iron Moth. Iron Moth is a little better, I guess. It's got some that like move energy. This one like walls or something. I don't know. I haven't really seen it. What's it do? Oh, it yeah, it walls ancient Pokemon. So I wouldn't play this though, really ever. This one like moves energy to it, which is like kind of cool and a little better in my opinion, but they're not great. It'll go in D tier, I think. Then we have Iron Thorn's World Champion Pokemon with its ability, right, which is really good. It stops effects of abilities, or your stops the rule box abilities happening. So it's really good. Obviously, in the World Championship, that doesn't mean everything, but it still is really good. And so I'm going to put it in. I don't know. I kind of want to put it in A tier. Yeah, I'll put it in A tier. That's fine. Then we have Baxcalibur. It probably deserves B tier, but I'm going to put it in A tier because I want to. But then we have Baxcalibur. Baxcalibur has fallen off pretty hard. Chien-Pao is kind of bad. So, like, it was decent. It was kind of like hanging on, but it's not the most impressive deck. And then Badoo's kind of bad for it, and it's kind of bad. So, it's not going to go super high, but I'll put it in B tier. I mean, it's still like a good Pokemon, and Baxcalibur is the Pokemon that makes Chien-Pao good, not Chien-Pao itself. I mean, that's important, but Baxcalibur is more important. Then, oh, that's not supposed to be here. Then we got Goldengo. Goldengo has had how many cards? Like 3, I think. Yeah, and the EX is obviously the best. This one's like okay, and it's just played and it's fine. But this Goldengo EX is really good. Obviously, one of the best attackers in the game right now. Or better attackers. I'll put it in. I'm wondering between A and B tier here. I think it'll go in A tier. Then we have Wuchen. Wuchen's had 2 cards. No, it's had 3 cards, but this one's bad. The Wuchen EX is pretty bad, pretty niche. I've seen it played a little. Then Wuchen, the single prizer, I've seen played a little more. It's kind of fun, but really niche as well. So it'll go in D tier. Has some upside, but it's generally really niche. Chien-Pao, obviously, I was just talking about it. Chien-Pao has the it's got how many 3 cards? Yeah, it's got like a decent chunk of solid cards. This one's like a decent card. Moving stadiums on play, it's not bad at all. I think I actually said in a recent video there isn't a way to remove stadiums, but this one is an option, though not great. But Chim Pao EX has obviously been pretty decent. I said it's worse than Excalibur though, so it's got to go in C tier, which is fine. Ting Lu is interesting with a few different cards. This one, in my opinion, really underrated. It's a spread Pokemon. Um, really good in Frostlass, but then you also have the Ting Lu EX, which is like really disruptive. Um, it's I think a little underrated right now, but I mean it's not that good either, right? Let's be honest. So Ting Lu EX will go in C tier. I think that's fine. I think it's decent. In the same tier as Chim Pao, which is a little weird, but Chim Pao is good because of Excalibur. I mean it's decent, but it's good because of that. And then Ting Lu is like a little worse, but still in the same tier, and I think that's fine. Chi-Yu is a Pokemon that has the milling Chi-Yu EX, which is like okay. And then it's got this one, which is an okay attacker swell. I've seen this a bit more recently, and it's not bad at all. But Chi-Yu EX is definitely an interesting Pokemon, though not the strongest. I think I've talked about it a bunch, like quite a while ago, but it'll go in C tier as well. It's not amazing. It's got two decent cards though, so that's fine. Then we have Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon has obviously had two cards that have been really good, though not broken. Like right now they're just good. I'll put it in A tier. I could see it in S tier. Because it's got two amazing cards, but like amazing, is that really true? I mean, it's definitely worse than Squawkville EX by a noticeable margin. It's definitely like worse than all the other cards in this tier. Maybe not Iron Thorns EX, but Roaring Moon EX is just good. Then we have Iron Valiant EX, or Iron Valiant, which has three cards, though the single prices are pretty bad. I think I've seen them in like Future Box or something. I don't know. I've kind of ignored them, to be honest. They're not very good. But Iron Valiant EX is pretty interesting. It's played in some different things. It's certainly not the strongest either. Wait, is this Donk? Yeah, I guess it's played in. This just looks like pure Donk, which is kind of crazy, or essentially pure Donk. But anyways, it's like good for that. It's a decent attacker, pretty underrated in my opinion, but it's not insane either. I'll put it in C tier. Then we got Koraidon. I talked about this actually a little earlier. Because it has a bunch of cards. It's got the Ancient one, which isn't great, but I think it's okay in Ancient Box. It's got the Ancient EX, which is something, but it's got the Koraidon EX to accelerate, which is okay, and then it's got the new Koraidon, which is really good. I think, in my opinion, the best alternate attacker in Raging Bolt. I played it in Raging Bolt. I've really liked it in Raging Bolt, and when I played against it, I've been like, oh, that's not what I want to see. If I see like the Slitherwing, I'm okay with that, but I don't want to see the Koraidon. Not that the Koraidon is that much better, stronger than Slitherwing, but it's just easier to set up. And so it's pretty good. It's not insane though. I kind of want to put it in B tier because of the depth of cards it's had, but they haven't been insane, so I'll put it in C tier. Rhydon, on the other hand, is very different, right? It's well, I mean, no, it's similar, but it hasn't had the depth of Pokemon, I guess, because this EX, I mean, it's okay. It's not terrible, but this Miraidon is decent with. I mean, it's like it is Future Box's kind of. That's them. I'd say the main Pokemon, and then Miraidon EX, the Lightning one, has obviously been the focus of a deck, but has also fallen off a lot. I think I'll put it in B tier. The Pokemon are not the strongest, but they're pretty good. It's a little, weaker than Roaring Moon, and I think B tier makes a lot of sense with a bunch of decently strong Pokemon. Then Walking Wake. Walking Wake is a Pokemon that's had two different cards. It's got the Single Prizer, which has been played in Ancient Box, though is like terrible in Ancient Box. Well, I mean, it doesn't do anything, right? It just kind of sits there. And then you have Walking Wake EX, which is a card that I don't know. It's a card. So these are pretty weak. I'm gonna put them in D tier, to be honest. It's some pretty lackluster ancient Pokemon. Then we have the Iron Leaves, which has had it's had, I think, two cards, and the Single Prizer is not very good, but it's not unusable. And then the EX, or I guess no, the Single Prizer is an okay counter to Charizard. The two Prizer is obviously a pretty good counter, or a pretty solid counter to Charizard. It does one-shot it, but I guess one-shot back, essentially always. So Iron Leaves EX, I'm going to put in C tier. They're both like okay, though not amazing. Then you have Diplin. Diplin, I guess, counts because you got the Diplin with Actually, no, I'm not going to count Diplin. I'll just count Hydrapple. But then we have the Poltergeist. Yeah, Poltergeist has a few different cards. No, Sinistea. What is it? Sinistra. There we go. I got there, if I can spell it. Okay, so we got it. It's got the two. They like are sometimes played with the deck with the Ogre Pawn, and it's okay though. Not very good. It's mediocre. It's kind of whatever. It's C tier, right? Then we have Blood Moon Ursaluna. Blood Moon Ursaluna is actually really interesting because it has the EX, which in my opinion is top five Pokemon in the game. I guess I don't know, top five, top 10, somewhere in there. And it's like so strong and so versatile. And then you have the Single Prizer, which is decent. A little underrated, I guess, but it's okay. Then and it's not insane. Underrated because like people don't really play it much at all, but it's not very good. Blood Moon Ursaluna EX though is a really strong Pokemon. I'm gonna put this in A tier. I think it deserves to be an A tier. I don't think it quite makes it S tier, but it's really good. Then we have Okidogi EX, or Okidogi. Has had a few cards, though, mostly for TLC. They haven't been super good in standard, not terrible, but I think it's classic C tier. Then we have Monkey Dory. Monkey Dory has it's got the Single Prizer and the EX. The EX is pretty bad, though, in my opinion, it's still a little underrated. But the the Single Prizer is really good in Gardevoir. I think it's like I don't know if I'd say it's overrated, but it's like not. No, I'd definitely say it's overrated. Actually, it doesn't belong in every deck. It belongs in Gardevoir, and it's very strong in Gardevoir. It's like not the heart of it, but it's an important piece in it. And then you also have um I don't know, like it's not really that good, not much else to be honest, in my opinion. Like you can play it in other things, but like in something like Zoroark, it's like it's payable, I guess, but it's not super good. So, anyways, Munkidor is good. It's gonna go in B tier. I don't think it's a broken Pokemon, but I think it's fine. Um, yeah, this seems all right. It's like it's strong B tier, but it's not gonna go in the next tier. Um, in my opinion. It's just not that big of a difference maker. It does a little extra damage, which is nice. And then you have Pheasant Dipty. Pheasant Dipty has also two cards. It's got the Single Prizer, which is also bad, and the EX, which is insane. In my opinion, the best Pokemon in the game. So I'm going to put it in A tier. It's only one card, right? But it's still an insane card. So I think A tier is fine. It's not like a game-breaking card. Then we have Ogre Pawn. Ogre Pawn has had a bunch of cards. This is kind of weird when they're grouping all of them together. It's also getting a bunch of new ones in the next set. I don't think any of them are very good, though. I don't really remember them very well, but they're pretty bad. But TMS Ogre Pawn EX is obviously really good. Then the other two, the Water and the Fighting one, are also good, and the Fire one's playable and okay. Not super good, but it's all right. So I'll put this in S tier. I think this is going to be the S tier Pokemon. Then we have our Caledon. Caledon has two cards. It's got the EX, which is really good, and the Single Prize, which is pretty decent. It's okay, not great. But this will go in. I think it should go in B tier. It's not quite A tier, but it's a pretty good Pokemon. Then we have Hydrapple, which also includes Diplin, which has Festival Lead, and then you got the Hydrapple. There's the new one that's not out yet, but it's not very good. This Pokemon's decent, some fun stuff going on, but not super strong. I think C tier makes sense. Then we have the last handful of them. We have Gouging Fire. Gouging Fire has two cards. They're okay within like Firebox. Gouging Fire EX is like decent, I guess, but certainly not insane. So I'll put it in C tier. Then we have Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt EX. If you know me, you know I think it's overrated, but still like good. Actually, do I think it's overrated now? I'm not sure if I do. I think people's opinions have fallen about it, but maybe not. Anyways, it's good. It's not like broken, but I think it goes in B tier. It's certainly one of the like the dex strand comes from like Sadas and Raging Bolt and Ogre Pawn. It's all three of those. I'd say it's actually more from the other two though, so I think B tier makes sense. Then we have the what is this? This is Iron Boulder. Yep. These Pokemon all sound the same, and I don't know what's what. So these are kind of bad, but this one's really funny. It's like hard if you haven't played it. I don't know, you're missing out, right? It's a match hand sizes attacker. And then you have Iron Boulder EX, which is okay in or in Future Box, and it's like it's fine, but whatever. So it'll go in C tier. Then we have Iron Crown EX. Iron Crown. Does it have the metal Sling Prizer, but the EX is also kind of the heart of Future Box, but Future Box also isn't that good, so I'll put it in C tier. You could the C tier, like these Pokemon just aren't Some of them are really solid, and I'll put it in B tier. I think it definitely feels kind of bad to put it in C tier, like comparing it to all these other Pokemon. So it'll sneak its way into B tier. Um, yeah, Shimpow's like really good for C tier. I could see it in the next tier. I'll bump it up, I guess. It feels a little. These two I'm not feeling great about. Then we have Terapagos. Terapagos is interesting. It obviously has the EX, and then it has the single prizer, which is bad. But it's got the EX, which is really solid. It's pretty good post rotation, really good pre rotation. Definitely one of the stronger Pokemon we've seen in this era. I'll put it in B tier. It's not the strongest, but it's still pretty good. Then we got Pekarunt. Pekarunt has two cards. It's got the weird promo single prizer, which has only been a promo. And then it has which is a really important part in the metagame right now. I mentioned Arcaludon, I think. Or no, I mentioned Fruitbody. I don't know. It's some part of that deck, and it's like defining the metagame, and Pekrunt's part of that as well. And the Pekrunt EX is not really part of that same thing, but it's a Darkness Pokemon for switching. It can poison, which can be good. It's a really solid Pokemon. I'm gonna put it in A tier right now. I think Pekrunt is really solid. It's a Pokemon. Both the Pekruns I thought were like kind of bad when I saw them, but they proved to be really, really solid Pokemon. But tell me down below what you think about these. Oh, let me hide this so we can see the whole thing. For everyone who's skipping to the end, if you're doing that, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, join the channel as a member, all that good stuff. But again, tell me what you changed, what Pokemon you think are just really awesome or really bad they put here. But I hope you enjoyed, and as always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.